Welcome back. Lisa Briggs from the Brew's Company is answering your plant and garden questions. You can email them to tips@channel3000.com. Good afternoon, Lisa.
Hi there.
So Deborah has several calico plants and they grow quite well and flower on a regular basis. However, because they grow so quickly, they get really leggy and the branches break off easily. Is there anything she can do to make them more attractive?
So kalanchoe or kalanchoe are kind of like a succulent leaf, and they have flowers that come in a lot of colors, and they're really great blooming houseplants because they do bloom on a regular basis. So I would say that if they're breaking off, they might need to be repotted and need a little bit more room. And if it's not an emergency, we always recommend that repotting things wait until maybe the middle part of February. So give them a couple more weeks and then get a pot that's maybe an inch all around bigger than the pot that they're in now. Make sure it has drainage and then get some good potting medium and then just repot.
All right. Well, Lisa from Judo wants to know if Virginia Creeper is good for this area.
Virginia Creeper as a climbing, it does get a little bit aggressive. So if you have a spot where you want a vine, but not something that's going to cover vast quantities of space, come on into the garden center when we get some plants in and we can show you some better alternatives. Virginia Creeper is a bit of a thug.
All right, it doesn't sound like we want any of that around. Well, Teresa says she has had angel trumpet for about 5 years. It's 10 feet tall in a west window. It's never bloomed, and she wants to know can she get it to bloom? She gives it 6 cups of water every day.
That's a little bit more water than it probably needs, especially at this time of year and being inside. But what I would do is move it outside in the summertime, and then because then it's going to get enough sunlight. So it's probably a west window. It's probably not as sunny as it needs to be. And I would let it dry out the first inch or two of the soil between watering. So watering it every day is probably a little excessive.
All right, we've got a few more questions. This one's from Sheila. She bought a bag of potting soil that has fertilizer mixed in a couple of years ago. Is it still good, or should she just throw it out and buy new?
Potting soil that's been kept, even if it has some granular fertilizer in it, is probably fine to keep on using. When you open it up, sometimes over time you might get some fungus gnats in your potting soil. So check and make sure that that's not an issue. And if you don't see any signs of any kind of surface mold or fungus gnats activity going on there, then I'd go ahead and use it. It'll be fine.
All right, and for our last question, Jan wants to know, is there a list somewhere to see what to winter sow in what month somewhere?
So as people look at seeds, they start to think about when you should be potting them. And if you join our Facebook page, then you can look at, because every Wednesday we post on our Facebook page what you can be planting this week as far as growing seeds for spring.
All right. Well, Lisa, thank you so much.
You're welcome.